that you can kick that leg up and insert that thing in there. When I feel right now, girl, my body's calling. Hey, go to you. I might post. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey, hello, my name is Brittany. Today, as you can see by the title, this is gonna be a little, TMI, but I wanted to come on and share my experience with you guys. I thought it would be interesting to go ahead and try the Diva Cup. If you don't know what the Diva Cup is, it's basically a menstrual cup that you insert to catch your flow, and you remove the cup. They say you can keep it in up to 12 hours, but you can remove the cup and empty the flow out, okay? Just to keep it simple. I thought it would be interesting to go ahead and try that because I'm getting older now. My body is changing, and I want to make sure that I'm practicing healthy habits and, making sure that the girl is good, my inside is good, trying to eat healthy, and just changing some stuff up because I just turned like 32. So, I mean, when you think about it, my body is 32 years old. Like, think of a 32-year-old car. Like, that's an old car. So, yeah, I thought I'd start looking into things that would do this car some justice. You get what I'm saying? But I inserted it like around 6 o'clock. Right now it's like 7, and my experience so far, I would have to say it's different. It was fairly easy inserting it. At first it was a little uncomfortable because of the thick rubber. I'm gonna insert a video of me opening the package and you actually seeing the cup itself, but the thick rubber kind of rubbed against my insides a little bit. But once I got it in there and play with it a little bit, it seemed to fit in there perfectly. I was in the shower. I rinsed my hand every time. Like, I would rinse my hand, play with it, rinse my hand, play with it. Oh, that sounds bad. I would rinse my hand and move it around. Rinse my hand, move it around to, get it in the perfect place. I would have to say that I'm a little scared. I'm a little nervous. I've checked on it once. I think it was like 30 minutes after inserting it. I checked to see if it had moved or if it had been swallowed. This is crazy. This is too much. But and I'm sorry. If you're a guy, please go ahead and exit because this is crazy. I went and checked to see if it was still there and moved, and if it's a stem on the bottom of it, as you saw in the video. I just wanted to make sure that was in place. So far, I would have to say, like, with an hour passing, well, immediately after inserting it, I felt, how when you first get your cycle and you're like cramping, sometimes your leg may ache, or I don't know, like your vagina may ache a little bit. My left leg started aching in my, vagina crease or whatever. And I was like, okay, maybe I'm just cramping because my cycle is on. But it didn't start until I inserted it. And actually, my cycle came on yesterday, but I had tampons that I wanted to go ahead and use and get out the way. So I went ahead and done that. Anyway, I wasn't cramping at all. And now, since I've inserted the cup, I don't know if it's the cup. I don't want to say it's the cup, but let's just say I've inserted it, and now I'm getting that achy feel. I do kind of feel like, I don't want to say I feel like my leg is going numb, but my left leg is just feeling like Like my whole leg is just out of whack. I don't know. I don't know. That's what I'm experiencing so far. It's only been in an hour, and I don't feel the cup necessarily. I don't feel bothered by the little stem. I don't feel anything really. I really don't. And I'm surprised that I inserted it so easily on the first time. I squatted down like, you know how those girls be taking pictures like on they'll squat down but keep their knees like bent or whatever. I'm gonna insert a picture. I squatted down like that inside the shower, and I was able to like maneuver it. It made it better. It made it easy. It was really easier than what I thought. Like reading the book, it tells you to fold the cup a certain type of way to insert it in there, and I just had in my mind I'm gonna try to make this big rubber thing the smallest I could get it to insert it. Oh my god, I cannot believe I'm talking about this, but I inserted it fairly easy. Like I was surprised. And then I just, went around the bottom to make sure I felt the cup being a cup because I inserted it all scrunched up, so it kind of like flapped out when I inserted it and went around the bottom of the cup. So far, that's been my experience. I'm gonna check back in with you guys a little later to see if the feeling has gone away. I may take some Aleve. I have some Aleve. I may take some Aleve and see if that changes the feeling that I have in my left leg. But I feel like that's strange. We'll see. Hey guys, it's me. I'm just checking in. It is now 9:30. I've had something to eat. I've taken the lead. My leg is feeling okay. It's like now it goes in and out. The feeling that I was feeling that I described earlier, I'm not feeling it constantly, but I'll probably feel it for a good 3 minutes and then it'll stop. And then maybe like 30 minutes will pass and then I feel it again. But I will say that I don't know. I kind of feel like I shouldn't be laying down with it in there because, like, in my mind, it's a cup. It's a cup that's in there, and if I lay down, I'm probably tilting it. I feel like I should be sitting up wearing this thing because if I lay down, whatever is in it may be splashing all in there or tilt. You know what I mean? Like it's spilling and then maybe it's going back in. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to take it out right now because it said that you can wear it up to 12 hours. So I want to do that. I put it in at 6. So I'm surely going to take it out in the morning when I take a shower. And that'll be around 5. So that'll be close enough. But it's crazy. A cup. It has to be spilling over and then going back inside the cup. Like where else would it go? I don't know. Okay guys, it is 12:34. You know how they say that your phone be listening to you? I think that's true. Or maybe I looked it up. I'm not sure. So I was trying to see what's this pain that I was having in my leg. Oop. What's this pain that I was having in my leg common? And I found out that if you are having, pain or feeling uncomfortable, there's a possibility that you may have it in a little too far. So, boom, I got in my mind that when I take it out, because I'm not taking it out right now, I don't want to deal with it. So, when I do take it out, when it's time, I want to be sure to not insert it far up. I don't feel like it's far up, but I'm gonna adjust it. Also, I was scrolling on Facebook and there was an advertisement for it, and I clicked on the comments. I was reading the comments and they was saying, like, talking about size, and I'm like, size? I didn't pay attention to size. I did not pay attention to the different sizes. I'm like, well, damn, I done threw my box away. So I don't even know what size I have. And it just goes to show I really didn't read the box. I read the directions of the little booklet, but I didn't read the box. But anyway, yeah, apparently they come in 3 different sizes. You have 0, 1, and 2. 0 is for 18 or younger. 1 is for 30 and under and people with medium flows. And 2 is for 30 and over with people having heavy flows. So if you're thinking about trying it, keep that in mind. Now, I look back at the video footage that I had, and apparently I have a size 1, which is 30 with a medium flow. I'm 32, and my flow is really somewhat medium, but in the beginning it is heavy. So I feel like, you know what, I may have to empty it earlier. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Because in the beginning, it is like my first 2 to 3 days are heavy flow, but then the rest of my days are pretty medium. So I'm gonna go and empty it to make sure I can go through the night, because I have no tampons, no pads whatsoever. I should have been more prepared just in case, but I put in my mind that I was gonna use this thing because I bought this 2 months ago. But I was reading in the comments and they mentioned size, but they also said that it really depends on the walls of the vagina as well. So I can keep it in because the walls of my vagina, I mean, homegirl ain't get no action, so it's tight. So it shouldn't be a problem. I think I'm a leave it in until I at least wake up. But yeah, apparently I got the wrong size. Or maybe I think I got the right size. I'll let y'all know in the morning. You guys, so it is the next day. Let me tell you guys what happened. So I was supposed to come back online with an update last night, well, this morning, but that did not happen. Let me tell you why. So last night around 1 o'clock, I had to go use the restroom. I went and done that. When I did that, you know, I still had the Diva Cup inside of me, but I realized on the tissue there was some flow. And I was like, okay, remember when in the last clip I said that there's a possibility that I put it in wrong, being that my leg was hurting, and that the next time that I go to change it, I'll, you know, adjust it to make it fit better or whatever. Well, when I realized 1 o'clock in the morning that there was some flow on the tissue, I went ahead and decided that I would go ahead and adjust the Diva Cup. If my face ashy, I just got out the shower. I haven't put anything on it yet. But I decided that I was going to go ahead and adjust the Diva Cup. Well, it was 1 o'clock in the morning, and I had trouble. Like, I had trouble trying to adjust the Diva Cup on outside the shower, because inside the shower it was fairly easy to get in there, pop it in, put it in there, and be okay with it. However, outside the shower, it was difficult. I felt like I struggled. I felt like the cup I didn't feel like the cup popped open. But oh yeah, let me go back. So when I actually got the cup out from the initial insertion. I think it's insertion. Anyway, when I was able to remove the cup, I removed it fairly good. Like I did really well. I was gentle. I wiggled it out. The flow was in the cup. Oh yeah, I do realize that I'm probably am a medium flow girl because it wasn't full at all. It had already been about, let's see, about 7 hours, and I was still good. So I could have went like the whole 12 hours and been okay with that size cup. Okay, so anyway, I was able to remove the cup really good, and the idea of the cup is definitely like mentally it was a lot, but I feel like it was cool. Like I was becoming one with my body. I saw the flow and I emptied it, and I had to clean the cup. Now I will say that it's very involved, and I don't like the idea of, you know, dumping the cup out and rinsing the cup off and the sink, or I I don't like the idea. It's very involved. But if it worked like it's supposed to, you should only have to do that twice a day, every 12 hours. But it was fairly it was I like the idea, but it's really involved, okay? Let's put it like that. So back to what I was saying. I hope I'm not confusing you guys. But back to what I was saying. So I removed the cup, I washed it, and I was able to put it back in. Now I feel like the second insertion of the cup did not go so well because, like I said, I was outside the shower. I also feel as if it did not pop open because, again, I had in my mind that I was going to adjust how I put it in the first time, so that my leg would stop hurting. So I didn't put it up far enough. So we have that the cup was not fully open and that it wasn't up far enough. Now, there was a repercussion for that. And what I mean by that was I lasted all of about 2 hours with that cup in me like that, and my back started killing me. Like it felt, if you've ever given birth before, it felt like mild contractions right above the tramp stamp area. Oh my God, I had to waddle to the bathroom and remove that cup. And as soon as I removed it, that stopped my pain. Like it's amazing how this this little thing, this little gadget inside of you can just have your back hurting like that. And you know, with the previous insertion, my leg feeling that way. I removed the cup. Like I said, you know, a tip is to make sure you have some pads or some tampons or something if you're gonna try this. But I don't have anything. I told myself I was gonna use everything I had and then use the cup. I don't know why I was thinking that way, but I should have had something. But anyway, I removed the cup when I realized that one, it was in, well, that, you know, it didn't pop all the way open. Oh yeah, about that. It didn't pop all the way open, but there was barely any flow. Like I don't think I have like heavy flow at night. So the cup was just covered in flow, but it wasn't really nothing in it. If you get my drill, it just was covered. But I should have had some type of pads or something, but I took the thing out and put some tissue down there and said I was gonna wait till the morning and give it a try again. Well, I took a shower. I was able to insert it again really well in the shower. I'm doing fine right now. My leg isn't hurting. I felt a little sensation in it, just a little tingle, but I feel like this time I was able to insert it a little bit better than the original time because I sat and I played with it. Oh, I hate that sound. I sat and I adjusted it as much as I could. You know, I let it. I almost felt like my cat was about to swallow it for real, but I let it go as far as possible to my comfort and grabbed the little stem at the end and held on to it. And I think that's what let the cup pop open, because I let it go up a little more. It popped open, and then I pulled it back down. And then I think that is what that's what makes the cup like suction. That's the word. That's what makes it suction. So I feel like it's in there pretty good right now. But yeah, it's really involved. That was Monday yesterday. Today is Tuesday. I got it in. It's not giving me any issue. My leg isn't hurting. But ask me where I'm about to go. Ask me where I'm about to go. Ask me. I'm waiting. Say, Brittany, where are you about to go? I'm about to go get some pads, because, you know, if this don't work out, I don't want nothing going in there. Nothing whatsoever. I'm going to just deal with these pads and call it a day. But a little part of me is like, you know, I don't want this to defeat me. Like, I'm Brittany motherfucking Allen. Can't let this beat me. Like, no, I got this. So I'm gonna keep trying until I get it, but I am going to get the pads just in case I give up. Hey you guys, it's been about 4 to 5 hours, and guess what? No pain. I feel good. I knew this time it was inserted good. Like, I feel really good about it. So I'm gonna check back in with you guys tomorrow. But yeah, I don't feel anything. My leg doesn't hurt. My back doesn't hurt. I don't feel anything. So yeah. Hey guys, just want to let you guys know that this morning I took a shower. I inserted it with no problem. I realized that whenever you insert it, you have to basically insert it and feel around in there, make it pop open, and then tug at it, and then it's in there perfectly. So basically it just boils down to finding your own method when inserting the cup. Now I do want to go over some benefits with you guys as far as the Diva Cup. One will obviously be that it's a lower cost. Now the initial cost of the Diva Cup is around, I want to say $40, but when you think about it, tampons every month really adds up, and it adds up to more than $40 for the year. So it is said that the Diva Cup can last up to 10 years. However, they do recommend you switching it out yearly, annually, however you want to put it, which is basically $40 a year. So you can't beat that. Another benefit would be that you actually get more time in usage. We already know for pads and tampons you have to change them out regularly. As far as the Diva Cup, it can actually last up to 12 hours with proper insertion, so that's a plus. Another plus would be that it doesn't contain any chemicals. We know that pads and tampons, they actually contain chemicals that try to reduce or mask smells, but in actuality, which is another benefit of the Diva Cup, they don't mask smells, they increase smells. The Diva Cup actually reduces odor. With my experience, there was no I have a period smell. Like, it was like a different type of odor. It didn't smell bad, or it didn't smell like it would smell with using a tampon or a pad. It was a total different experience. Another benefit is that it reduced dryness. I would say that I have been experiencing some type of dryness lately, and I think it has a lot to do with the use of tampons. So, you know, that was one of the major benefits that I was concerned about. I've been experiencing dryness, and I didn't know where it was coming from. I'm still young and popping, but I really think that it had a lot to do with the use of tampons. So I wanted to get away from using tampons, and I feel like the Diva Cup is a good solution. So that's a plus. Now, I do want to go over some recommendations when using the Diva Cup. Okay, so my first recommendation would be to make sure you use the right size. Whenever you go in the store, like I said in the footage earlier, you know, they have 0, 1, and 2. 0 is for 18 or younger. 1 is for 30 with medium flow, and 2 is above 30 with heavy flow. I got the wrong cup, which ended up being the perfect size cup for me. I got the size 1 cup, which is 30 medium flow. So that cup still ended up actually working for me because it honestly depends on your flow. I don't have a heavy flow. I thought that I did, looking at the tampons that I use, but actually I do not have a heavy flow. I have a medium flow. Looking at the Diva Cup, it shows it has the measurements on the cup, so you can actually see how much fluid you're actually producing, and I did not fill up my cup, not one time that I emptied it. So I do have a medium flow, and the cup is working fine for me. Okay, so earlier in the video you saw that I had to run to the store and get some pads, which I ended up not having to use because I've perfected the insertion. But yes, you want to make sure you have some type of pads or tampons on hand. That way, if you do feel like you don't want to try it anymore, or you become aggravated with it, you can go ahead and resort back to the pad or tampon. But I really do encourage that you continue trying. Even in the directions, it says be patient with yourself, and that is something that I had to do because I wanted to get it down pat right off bat, which I did. I got the insertion down, but then the second time that I inserted, it was wrong, and I became aggravated with it. But yes, you want to make sure you have the pad and the tampon. That way, you know, if you do become aggravated like I did, you can resort to a pad and not tissue like I had to. Another recommendation, if you like to, I would say to start on your lighter days. I did find that using it on my heavy days, my first 2 to 3 days are pretty much heavy. For this cycle, my first 2 days were heavy. I'm on my 3rd day. I'm not that heavy. However, I would say on your heavy days and you're just starting out and you're trying it for the first time, go ahead and probably use a pad, because that was part of the frustration with me. I was heavy and I was having trouble with it at first, and I became grossed out by it, disgusted, and I think it was because, you know, 1, I was just starting my period, I was already moody, but 2, dealing with the newness of the Diva Cup and dealing with a heavy flow, just it didn't mix. So I recommend starting on your lighter days. Another recommendation, I probably already mentioned it, but basically be patient with yourself. You want to experiment different methods of insertion. With me, I tried at least 3 to 4 different ways. Even though the directions only list about 2, I tried more than 2 ways to get that thing in me. I finally feel like I perfected it. I'm gonna tell you guys what worked. So what worked for me was actually one of the ways listed in the book, basically making the U shape. But what I realized is I need to take, like I said, it's involved. If you don't want to be involved, don't buy this thing. But I did take my finger and make way for the Diva Cup to go in. So I did that. I made the U on the cup, took my finger, inserted it in that way, and then I would turn, well, I inserted it as much as I could that I was comfortable with. And then I would take the cup at the bottom, and I would turn it until I felt like it popped open, and then I would pull the little tab at the bottom. That way, you know, it suction itself in there and be able to catch everything. if that makes sense. Another thing that I found out was it's really helpful using your muscles. We all know what Kegels are, right? So we know how important it is to use those muscles down there. I find it very, very, very easy to maneuver the cup by using my muscles. I use my muscles to push it further if I needed to, and I use my muscles to push it out as if I was pushing out a baby Diva Cup. But yes, use those muscles that you got down there and maneuver that thing to help you adjust it. That really makes a difference. So my last recommendation would be to insert the Diva Cup in the shower. I found that the best solution was to insert it while in the shower. One is because the water can act as a lubricant for the Diva Cup. So when you're in the shower and you have the water and it's on you and it's, you know, going down your body, you can maneuver it a little bit better, being that your hands are wet, the Diva Cup is wet. You get where I'm going with this? So it helps. Two, you actually feel cleaner. Like the water, like I said, the water is dripping on your body. Nothing is just sitting there on your hand. Everything is running down in the drain. So yeah, I felt a lot cleaner doing it in the shower. And another benefit of doing it in the shower would be the fact that you can kick that leg up and insert that thing in there, and it's a lot faster, I'm telling you. I did try to do it outside the shower, and like I said, it didn't go that well. I didn't feel like I inserted it right, which I know I didn't, because as I discussed earlier in the vlog, you know, it ended up not being in there in 2 hours, and you know, whatever. Look back at what I said. That's what happened when I did it outside the shower. So yeah. Okay, so my overall thoughts would be, it's a yes for me. I'm gonna keep at it. I'm gonna continue trying. I'm gonna continue practicing, because honestly, that's all it takes. It's just practicing. I'm on my 3rd day and I already feel a lot better than I did the first day. So as long as you have it in your mind that you're gonna practice this and not try to master it the first day, I feel like you'll do well. I do like the thought of it overall. It's still more involved than I want it to be, but I do feel like with time it will become less involvement, because I'll be used to just being able to pop it in and pop it out, pop it in, pop it out. So with practice, you'll get your method down, your speed will be faster, and it will be less involvement. So I definitely will recommend it. I'm enjoying the experience of getting to know my body and learning something new and trying a new thing with it for the better, if that makes sense. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and leave me a comment below what other things that you think would be helpful to try to use as you get older and mature, and you know, just wanting to live a better lifestyle, because I want to check them out. I don't know what you ladies are doing, but it would be, you know, really informative if we can all leave comments below that would, you know, help each other out, be able to, you know, use that as a resource to go back to if you want to use something. If you know, have an idea about something, you can just go back to that comment area and find out what you need and ask questions from not just me, but other women who's commented. So yeah,
for you,
for me,
each day. Will always love you. Girl, I will